General Keane, just quickly, I've run out of time, but I've got to ask you this. We've had the United States has just killed the head of al-Qaeda, al-Zawahiri, with a missile strike in a house he was hiding in, a house that was in Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan, and the house apparently was owned by an advisor to the second in command of the Taliban. What does all this tell you?
Yeah, it is very, very revealing, Andrew, and a great question. Certainly, we have to applaud the intelligence effort and the execution of a remarkable strike to take down this killer who's responsible for so many thousands of lives, and to do so without injuring anybody else in the apartment where there were family members present is really quite extraordinary. All that said, as you point out, what happened here is certainly very revealing in terms of the disaster that took place in Afghanistan in August. We walked away from a 20-year ally who we were fighting side by side with. The president was warned by his own intelligence services and by his military that if we do conduct an unconditional withdrawal, the Taliban could likely come back, and al-Qaeda and ISIS will grow, and other terrorists will come into Afghanistan. So here we are. The Taliban, as we all know, are in charge. Our intelligence service tells us that Zawahiri moved into that apartment in December, 3 or 4 months after the withdrawal from Afghanistan. And as such, it is clear that the Taliban are protecting the al-Qaeda every bit as much as they were doing it back in 2001 when President Bush asked them, give up the al-Qaeda and we will not bother your regime. You don't give it up, we will take your regime down. They chose not to give them up. They are the same brothers to this day. They are protecting the al-Qaeda, and more importantly, there's an organization of hundreds of al-Qaeda in Afghanistan that we have not done anything about. There are thousands of ISIS fighters in Afghanistan that we haven't done anything about, and it's a year later. I don't want to distract from the significance of taking Zawahiri down, but this is a growing threat and menace that is taking place in Afghanistan.